The following is a presentation of the Eagles Sports Network.
Sensational in their efforts today over the Tusculum Pioneers. Adam Cavalier here on the Domino's postgame report. Pleased to be joined by a very soggy Mike Turner. You got a victory bath, Mike, after the game, and a pretty sweet time to crack open a victory Diet Coke. Needed a win to get in, and absolutely left no doubt against the Tusculum Pioneers. How proud are you of this team and the 25 seniors on the roster for their performance today?
Well, it was a great win. It was a great win as a team in all phases of the game. I was so proud of them for the most part of keeping their composure, going against the odds on some things. They did that. They executed like we wanted to as far as starting the game and get it rolling. But, for those 25 seniors, senior day will always be special for them. And this is a game that they'll remember, and I hope this is a great mark for our football program. It's a great way to end the first part of 2019, and we get to keep that story going right now, which is going to be awesome.
So is this what chapter is this? Are we going into the epilogue for this book? How are we shaping out this story that you made that reference after the LR game that there was still a story to be told? Right. Certainly a story to be told. 26th time Carson-Newman goes to postseason play.
Well, it's just an awesome thing for our kids. It's it's about believing. It's about being able to trust, and you can't trust unless you believe and you got faith. And we told them today, and it's about fight. You got to fight hard every snap because Tusculum is a good football team. You got to keep the faith that if things do go bad or some adversity shows up, you keep the faith and then finish. And I think our kids finished. I think that was a good exclamation point right there. And, we got a lot of people in the football game, which was even better that we got them in there. We'd like to, maybe produced a little bit better, but we got kids in the game, and that's what's important. And just a great day for Carson-Newman football.
This was a Tusculum team that had won 4 straight games, felt like they were peaking. We're averaging 250 yards rushing. You limit them negative 35 yards on the ground today. What did your defense do, especially Trey Zelger, Adini Weish, just to live in the Pioneer backfield?
Well, they did what we talked about all week, buddy. You play assignment football. You don't get washed out of your gap. You maintain gap integrity, and buddy, you attack off the football. Man, I watched their attack today, and it was so nice to see that and see when we brought linebacker pressure. It was everything was a high level today, Adam. You know what I mean? It was a high level. We were playing fast. We were thinking fast, and we took care of the football and got it took away a couple of times. So that was awesome.
Yeah, played turnover free.
Absolutely.
Took good care of the football, didn't give up anything in special teams. Everything that went against you last year
Absolutely.
In the loss in Greenville was for you today. Break down special teams. Gave up a couple long kickoff returns, but Nate Kraft was on point with punts, pinned the Pioneers inside their own 15 4 times.
Oh, absolutely. And, Nate's got 2 ways of kicking it. You watch him out there at practice, you're going, how could he do that? He'll take that sucker and boom it 45, 50 yards, or if he's trying to get it down inside, turns the toe down and got it with a great bounce. But man, they did it goes back to field position. This game is pretty simple most of the time if you allow it to be that way. And we got the football in good field position. We had the one time we talked about we're going to drive at 89 yards or whatever it was, 91 yards, and we moved the football. We kept them with their back to the wall when we did have to punt it or whatever. So, just a complete day. And what a beautiful day outside, but what a way to end the regular season of 2019.
You go 3 and out on your first possession of the day,
right.
But on the second, 2 for 2 through the air for 54 yards, including a 35-yard strike to Braxton Westfield. How was it? You didn't have to pass the ball a ton today, but how important was your passing game on that second drive to open up the offense a little bit?
Well, they came out and they were running a little bit of a 3-3. We had worked against the Okie. We worked against the 40 front. We worked against the 3-3, no question about it, and the linebacker coming around. And we worked against all those fronts. And, we needed to make sure we were going that kind of tempo. And, play action, our kids did a great job of protecting the quarterback to be able to get play action like that and get the ball up in the air. But it is great to watch Braxton Westfield and Romaine Kelly and those cats go do that, and to watch Devon Moore today take a reverse that maybe wasn't blocked all that well. But let me tell you how good it was blocked. Nobody had a penalty flag on them, and they all had their hands up in the air, and they were doing it like they're supposed to. And you get the ball in the hands of that young man, and this thing's going to happen.
Yeah, you've added a few wrinkles today in Devon Moore's 20-yard reverse. I couldn't tell you the last time that you ran a reverse, much less one for a 20-yard score.
Right.
What was it like to go down in the bag of tricks a little bit?
Well, it was what we needed to do. We needed to give those guys a wrinkle, okay, and not be this is what they do, this is what we're expecting, those kind of things, to give them a little bit of wrinkle and say, whoa, they're not doing that. Trading formations off the sideline, we caught them a couple of times when we weren't ready for a different formation. So just proud of our kids and their execution.
Don't know if you are likely the 5 seed in the playoffs. I'm not entirely sure with the new format how much that means, but there's still a chance if you win that you could still be back here at Berktar Stadium. But how nice is it to send off Antonio Wimbush with a 14-carry, 148-yard day in his likely final game here in the friendly confines?
Well, it's very special, and he's one of those guys that deserve that kind of day. He works hard enough to get it, but he deserved that kind of day and getting the football in his hands. But I tell you what, hey, he got the ball a couple of times there, and it wasn't going to be denied. It didn't matter, all right? And so he's a guy that's special, and Troy Dendy and those other 6 running backs we've got. Gosh, we're blessed with the depth at running back.
Blessed with an offensive line, too, that got a push all day long outside of that first drive.
Yes, they did, and made an adjustment on the sideline and, man, worked together well. And, you know, you look like we get those kind of things done like that, you look like you're playing with some vision, buddy.
Given how talented Tusculum is and certainly how good their defense is this your most complete performance of the year?
I would probably say it's one of the tops, yes. It's one of the top complete performances, and it was a deal where, boy, those kids had a vision about them. They had a purpose about them, and more Senior Day, Military Appreciation Day, the Veterans Day deal, all of those things played into that, and we were just honored to be here and be able to play like that.
Playoffs are on the horizon. We can play the guessing game as to where you're going. My theory is Bowie State. We'll see how smart or stupid I am. It'll be one of the two. And there's 2 out of 3 chances that it's the latter of that one.
Right.
What do you do? Wait for selection show 5 p.m. tomorrow and regather for postseason football for the first time in your tenure as head coach and the first time since 2015.
Well, we've already started on a plan. We started on a plan on Wednesday about going to Bowie. All right, we've made phone calls and those kind of things and got buses on go, ready to go with Premier. And so we've got a plan when we want to leave and where we're going to go and spend the night and what we're going to do when we get up and those kind of things. So, yeah, you can't wait till Sunday afternoon at 5 o'clock. So we've got that plan set, and it's going to be exciting for those kids. I told them that, the selection show was going to be at 5 o'clock, and somehow we'll get enough money to buy pizza. So I may have to go out in the parking lot right now and get some people up. But we'll have some pizza over there for them and have a good time together.
You don't have a PayPal, do you? You give that out and donate on air?
No, but I need to.
Mike Turner, pleasure as always. Congrats on an absolutely dominant Senior Day win.
Hey, thank you, Adam. I appreciate it. Great day for the Eagles.
That's Carson-Newman head football coach Mike Turner. Domino's postgame report returns. We'll talk to Antonio Wimbush, Ron Peebles when we get back.